Let me start off by saying that I am speaking from my point of view and how I have seen things. These last 2 days, a lot has been going on, and with that being said, let's talk a bit. The night that GS went into maintenance for Juno, people were mass pinging Eric on the official Grand Summoners Discord server. If you don't know who Eric is, he's pretty much the quote-unquote messenger that handles things for the global side of GS. As to why people started pinging him, I can't really give you a clear answer, but I'm pretty sure it had to do with Juno. People were doing it so much that everyone was mentioned to stop harassing him, which honestly didn't help because it just caused even more people to mass ping him, and people started changing their names for the memes to Eric or whatever, which led to a lot of bans left and right that night. Eric almost never responds to anything on the Discord unless it's something brand new coming to the game or whatever. But even then, he doesn't really communicate a whole lot with the global side of things, with any people actually asking him questions. On the rare occasion he does, it's really nothing useful that he tells us. The mass pinging did actually get him to respond, only to say that he's been busy and handles a lot of the stuff for global, and the stuff he does is mostly like behind the scenes. The second he said that, that let me and others know that he isn't just a messenger, because people keep calling him a messenger. He's actively working on GS stuff, which, mind you, was made obviously clear since he was at Crunchyroll Expo with Yama P, the creator of GS, if you didn't know, and all that. But it gave a definitive answer that he is actively involved with the game, which begs me to ask the question, why is there so much missing content? It's been stated before that they got new employees, but nothing has happened at all yet. I understand the stuff with the coronavirus is going on, but it still doesn't make any sense at all. With Juno being released within literal hours at that time, people were in a frenzy no matter where you went, whether it was Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Discord, you name it. It's like even people were making YouTube videos. There have been multiple people that have been split in the community, and we have the developers split from the actual consumers and player base, and we have newer players that are split with the veterans who argue back and forth with one another as to why things are the way they are right now. I'll touch on the developers first. They simply don't look at us as people or, players. That's the way it's been possibly for the last 5 months, maybe even longer than that. There hasn't been anything regarding the progression of the game. What do I mean by that? We only got half of Chapter 9, and we have yet to get Awoken Reyes at all. The Elemental Ruins just recently had more floors added to them, but these things were mentioned to come soon last year, and we've only gotten one of them so far, which are the Elemental Ruins being upgraded up to floor 9 or floor 8. And that honestly just seems lazy. We've also had so many event quests not shown up at all. Instead of actually giving us event quests that we want, we got reruns, yes, right? We got the ninja reruns, but we're lacking a lot of game story based content if you're into that. If you really like the story of GS, we're lacking a lot of that. We don't have many event quests that are rerun back. Raid bosses have yet to come, new ones. Mine bosses, new ones, have yet to come. Specific units and awakening forms for other older units have yet to come. They're simply just rushing hype units out. Cross the Blaze is a good example. That shit has yet to be finished. Reruns that people want back, like Fenn's event, haven't been seen since last year, I believe, since last November, which is when I started playing the game. I haven't seen that since. And it doesn't take much for them to translate or port the files over to global either. 90% of the work is already done for them. You may be saying, oh, It takes time for them to do all that. Just be patient. Like this comment I found here. But it doesn't. You want to know how I know? Look at the crossovers. They alone are definitive proof that they can get stuff out in a timely manner. It just shows that they're being lazy and only look at the player base's dollar signs. People like Doubt have made videos and posts suggesting what should be done to improve the global side of things and listen to their player base. But nothing has happened so far other than rushing units out, no 10k out back, the pity system being removed for Juno, and everything else I mentioned before. They're not listening to the players. Their voices are heard, Eric says all the time, but are they really? If our voices were truly heard all the time, I think we would see some change. But that's the main thing. That's the thing that's split between the community right now. It's mainly just the developers not really being connected with the player base and the consumers. The community, though, is also split between the newer players just coming into the game, and then the other ones that are just starting out, along with the veterans. The newer players, they don't seem to understand as to why the people that play in the game so long are frustrated. To the newer players starting, here's what you're gonna be faced with the moment you clear to just about everything in the game. If you're free to play, your main source of crystals will pretty much be gone after you finish like everything. It doesn't take long to complete everything in the game. It took me less than a couple months to complete everything. That's including giant bosses, side quests, quest palaces, exploring quests, story, whatever the crossover is at the time. Time flies fast when you play this game. The amount of content that Global has is close to nothing once you finish everything. Comparing this to the Japanese version, it is like a huge difference. They get new stuff all the time, updates, new quests and events, story expansion, new units, upgrade to older units, buff awakenings, you name it. They get everything. The two games are extremely different, even though they have the same title. The newer players just say, "Oh, just be patient," to the people that have been playing this game since its release, and they don't completely understand that they have been patient. That's why most people just migrate over to the JP side of things. It's completely two different games. They've been here since the very beginning, and for you to tell them to just be patient, they've been patient long enough. It's almost it's about to be 3 years, I believe, right? But they've been playing the game before Awakenings weren't even a thing. Where level 90 wasn't a thing. Where level 70 was the cap. Try to understand that from their point of view. Things haven't improved at all, other than the global team, just using specific units like Juno as blatant cash grabs. I see other people saying stuff like, "Oh, the rates tell you the percentage. Why would you summon on a banner if you know you're not going to get the unit because it has a low rate?" That's really not the fucking point. The drop rates in this game are a lie, and anybody can tell you that. Like, if they the longer a person has played this game, they can tell you that it's fucking terrible. They don't matter, because honestly, RNG is all over the fucking place when it comes to this game. The drop rates are terrible. People that are used I think close to 2,000 crystals, and they haven't pulled Juno or any specific unit that they've wanted. And that goes for me too. I spent 100k out. That didn't do much. People have spent over $600 to not even pull anything. People have gotten lucky with their first summon, which is good for them. They didn't have to pull their fucking soul into getting her. But that alone lets you know, it's pretty much all over the place. It's abysmal. "Oh, they shouldn't have spent their money on a gacha game, LOL," is another common response too. People spend their money on the game because they like to support it and because they love to play it. I know that that's the main reason I spend money on the game that I like to play. I've made jokes about gambling on this game, but that's all they are. Jokes. I can tell you how much money I put down on this game alone, and to be honest, I'm pretty sure it's well over $700 to $800 alone from this year. The pity system correlates to this too. If you have 1,500 free crystals that you earned from doing quests and decided to roll 30 times in the regular hero best, like fest that gives you hero gems, then you can exchange those 30 for your unit, a choice that you want from that banner. Many people that saved up for Juno like didn't get that. They have over 1,600 gems, and look what we get. No hero gems, no pity. Why? It's a very scummy business practice, and I find it very confusing as to how people are actually defending this, because there are defending it. And it just doesn't affect anybody that pays. It also fucks over the free-to-play and newer players. And yet I see people defending this decision. Like, what? That makes no sense. People have also tried contacting the global team, and it seems as though they don't even bother checking anything at all. OP said last night that he has sent out emails before to them and he gets nothing back. Alpha talked with Eric, and it seems like nothing useful is said back. Doubt has made videos, posts, and discussion threads on Reddit, and nothing is done. Rest assured, their voices are heard, they say. We're not being heard. Rating the game 1 star too on like Google Play and Apple is not gonna do shit either. I highly doubt that petitions will do a thing. Look, if you really feel extremely passionate about this game and you want change, just don't spend money on the game. The moment they start to see that revenue is declining, maybe they'll listen to it, or maybe it'll go downhill. But to be honest, don't spend your hard-earned money on this game. It's not worth it. I only spend money on this game to make content on YouTube for fun. I love this game. I find it fun. I don't want it to die. But if it dies, so be it. I'll be here till the day I lose interest, or when the game shuts down in global. It wouldn't be the first time I've lost interest in the game and moved on to another one. I wish I could say more, but I can't think of anything else. If you have anything to add, I suggest you leave it down in the comments below. Feel free to discuss it among yourselves. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for the recent support in the last 3 summon videos I put up. You all are great. To the new subs, thanks for subbing. I haven't figured out my upload schedule yet, so it'll be all over the place until then. But I put the next Inside the Mind of video on hold until I find myself in the right headspace to make it, because right now it's a lot going on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I can't stress enough how much I fucking appreciate the support, and how much you guys are fucking great. And yeah, until next time, peace. Bye.